Yes guys, it's FPL Guy here and welcome back to the FPL Guy YouTube channel. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys my Game Week 19 team and some of my plans for this coming game week. But before we do that, I want to share with you the FPL Guy mini league. We haven't had a look at that for quite a while now because I haven't really made a video. Not because I didn't want to, I was actually very busy. So unfortunately I couldn't make it during that period. But I'm back now. So let's go through the FPL Guy mini league and see what's going on. So we can see Andreas and Richie, two familiar names that have been sort of in the top 5 for quite a while now in the FPL Guy mini league. However, we have a new number 1, a new name, Greg, who has come in, taken that number 1 position, current rank of 139th in the world and 1,269 points, which is incredible. Currently only has used the wild card in Game Week 8, so has the 2 free hit chips now and all of the other chips as well. Let's scroll down and have a look at all these names. Everyone on this list honestly has done very well, coming up to just over halfway through the season. So honestly, everyone here still top 20k, very respectable. These are amazing ranks right here. So if you see your name here, congratulations. And if your name isn't here, then do not worry. There's still about half the season to go and a lot of time to catch up. And keep those fingers crossed because there's a lot of luck in this season. With that being said, let me share with you guys now what you're really here for, my team. So here we go. This is how the team is currently looking like for Game Week 19. Now I haven't made a team selection video in quite a while, so a lot of changes have been made to the team, but this is how it is currently standing. Now, when I'm making this video today, it was announced that the Liverpool and Watford game have been postponed. So unfortunately for me and many of you guys probably, we have tripled up on that Liverpool team. And you can see on my bench, I have Jota and Trent. So these 3 players won't be playing. And maybe for some of you guys, you also have a Watford player or Rafinha. So there's going to be a lot of players that are quite popular in FPL, which won't be playing. So this could be a time, potentially, for some of you guys to use your free hit. So remember, we have another free hit coming in Game Week 20. I mean, there's a lot of opinions on it. Some people think it's good, some people think it's not good, but regardless, we have it now. So this could be a potential time if you are struggling to field potentially 10 players in this game week, or 9 or 10 players, solid players I'm talking about, not like the Brownhill or anyone like that who are just those 2-point players, but solid players. If you can't field those, then this could be a time for you to smash that free hit button. But looking at my situation here, I only have that triple up on that Liverpool team. I don't have any Leeds or Watford players, so I think I can get past this game week just using a few transfers. And let me explain to you what that will be. So let me talk you through the team as it stands. Guaita in goal against Spurs away, fine. We have the back 4 as Johnson, James, Cancelo and Alonso. Now let's talk about the obvious one, Cancelo. He's not going anywhere. He's going to be sticking around for pretty much the entire season. He is nailed on and he's such an attacking player, and Man City's defense is incredibly solid, so those clean sheets and attacking returns are, we're going to expect that throughout the season from Cancelo. Then we have James and Alonso. Now with these 2 players, we need to start thinking about getting rid of them, in my opinion. They have quite a tough run of fixtures and they aren't keeping many clean sheets recently. Villa away, Brighton at home, potential clean sheets here. But then Liverpool, City and Spurs, those do get a lot more trickier. And with Chelsea conceding about a goal a game, is quite inconvenient for us who have doubled up, and some of us have even tripled up on that Chelsea defense. So yeah, I think it's time we can slowly get rid of them, because after that, in Game Week 24 and 25, they blank anyway. Afterwards, yeah, they have a very nice run of fixtures where we can start to get them back. Potentially Lukaku could be back, Mount's looking good. So these are some players we can think about later on. But for now, I think we can, if you don't have anything else to do, Chelsea defense, we can start to get rid. In my case, Alonso will be the first player to go. If you have James and Alonso, or James and Rudiger is the popular ones, then I think, yeah, Rudiger or Alonso are the ones that you can remove now, if you don't have anything else to do, of course. Johnson, hopefully he's back now. He did pick up an injury a couple of game weeks ago and did miss out in a couple of game weeks, but fingers crossed he's back. And if he is, then I do expect him to start and get the 90 minutes. So against Southampton at home, I'm fairly happy with that. Moving on to the midfield, Gallagher comes in. He was originally on my bench before the Liverpool news, but obviously now that they're out, Gallagher comes on against Spurs away. Honestly, that's an alright fixture. I can see Crystal Palace scoring, and if they do, Gallagher has a decent chance of being involved, so that's absolutely fine by me. Bowen against Southampton at home again. He's got some great fixtures coming up, so the West Ham players are some guys that we can definitely think about in the upcoming game weeks. Now, with that being said, I will say that it's probably a time where we should not be tripling up on any specific team just because of the postponements. If we get a random postponement midway through a game week and after the deadline, that's 3 players that are out all of a sudden. So I think 2 players from a team in this current situation is probably best. So I do have triple up on Liverpool, but I'll be talking about my plans just in a bit. So that will go down to 2. I've got 2 City players, 2 West Ham players, and 2 Crystal Palace players, 2 Chelsea players. So I think 2 is about enough. 3 gets a little bit too much in the current situation. So that's what I'm currently thinking. Then we have obviously Salah, and the plan is to get rid of him, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. Foden, now Pep, I'm not sure what Pep has got planned for Grealish and Foden. Hopefully they are back, and hopefully he's going to be starting. That's what I'm hoping for, and that's what 10.4% of people are hoping for. Honestly, if it does start, the fixtures are great, and I do expect a lot of goals here. City are such an attacking team, and if Foden does start, he should be within the goals. And then up front, I brought in Lacazette last game week. Now obviously it sounds like everyone's going to do it, but I was so close to bringing Martinelli, but I decided not to just because there was a doubt that he may not start. So I went with Lacazette. Luckily got that assist for the first goal, but obviously Martinelli done a lot better. So he's part of my plans as well, and I'll explain that in just a moment. And finally, we have Wilson. Now I don't know how I still have Wilson. The plan was to get rid of him a while ago. So I had him through Liverpool and City and Leicester. I just had to keep him with all the postponements. I had other things to sort out. Newcastle were just the team that I kept keeping on playing. So I decided to just keep him just so I have that fixture. And on the bench, honestly, nothing special. So let me talk you through what my plan is, my transfer plan specifically for Game Week 19. Alright, so as for my transfers, I currently have 1.1 million in the bank, and I have 1 free transfer. So the current plan is, now this is something I thought of straight away as soon as that Liverpool game was postponed, was that Salah can go. Now the reason why I'm going to remove Salah, or I'm planning to remove Salah I should say, is because obviously they blank in 19. Salah will play in 20 and 21 against Leicester away and Chelsea away. Then this is where Salah won't be playing in the Premier League. So that's 22 and 23 where they have Brentford at home and Crystal Palace away. Now the fixture against Leeds, which should have been in Game Week 19, there's a small chance that it could be moved to Game Week 22. And in that case, Liverpool will have a double game week, Brentford at home, and Leeds, I believe it was at home as well. So that's a really good game week for Liverpool. But Salah won't be here for that game week. So he'll be back in 24. So you're essentially going to keep him for Leicester away, Chelsea away, and then he's going to have a massive 2 game week blank, and he's going to return in 24. So I think, in my opinion, it's a decent time to get rid of him, honestly, because you can get someone like Son or fund Ronaldo this way, who can definitely outscore Salah in this period of time. I definitely believe so. So what I have planned is to remove Salah and remove Wilson. Lacazette can stay against Norwich. I can't really remove him against Norwich, so it has to be Wilson. Wilson goes for Ronaldo, who actually has 2 very good fixtures coming up against Newcastle and Burnley, so he can come into the team. Now I have 8.7 remaining in the bank. So let me show you guys the options I have and what I've been thinking about. Initially I was thinking of a City midfielder, but again that sort of contradicts what I said before about tripling up on a team. And if I do go for a City midfielder, honestly no one is safe at the moment. There's a lot of rotation going on. Obviously with COVID, that's an extra layer of rotation. So honestly, City players I think I'm going to avoid. Now the 2 other players which I was considering quite a lot was, first of all, it was Gray. But with Gray, now that Calvert-Lewin is slowly returning into training and should be back into the games, I'm quite concerned about his minutes. And for that reason, the other player I was thinking about was Martinelli. Now this guy is in the form of his life at the moment. He got his rest 2 days ago and should be ready for game week 19. I do believe he'll start, and against Norwich away, he's on cracking form right now. So against Norwich away, that's not too bad. I mean, the fixtures after that aren't the best, but they aren't the worst either. Wolves at home, with the form that Arsenal have shown recently, I think there's a few goals in that. City at home, okay, potentially a lot less goals, maybe 1 goal, maybe not even a goal in that game for Arsenal. But okay, fine, that's alright. Spurs away, again, that's a match I think there's going to be quite a few goals in. And then Burnley at home, and then Wolves again. So it's not the worst run, but it's not the best run, definitely. But if I'm looking at any other potential options, I'm not really seeing any other standout. Now West Ham, as I mentioned, have a great run of fixtures, but I already have Bowen and I already have Johnson, so I don't want to triple up again, right? Mount, again, he's playing really well, but again, the fixtures are definitely not there for Chelsea, right? So he's sort of out of the equation. Rafinha, honestly, I don't even want to touch Rafinha, any of the Leeds players at the moment. I don't think that they're playing well at all. And with the points that Rafinha has got recently, both being penalties, I don't think that they're worth investing in at the moment. Apart from those guys, we have Maddison who's doing well, but against City and Liverpool next, not too sure about that. Honestly, no one else. If I have a scroll down, no one really else springs to mind. So for that reason, I think Martinelli could be the best shout at the moment. And if I even show you his stats going into this page here, over here we're comparing Lacazette with Martinelli. Oh, let me bring Lacazette back. Lacazette and Martinelli. You can see that, you know, Martinelli's getting more shots than the number 9 playing centrally. Higher XG, higher XA per 90, right? So, you know, he's a solid player. If I compare him to some other players, so if we have Martinelli back, and let's compare him to, let's say, the City guys, right? Let's bring in Bernardo Silva, since he's quite a popular pick from that City team, and I filter it down to the ones we like and for this season. You know, again, expected assists fairly similar, but XG and the shots for Martinelli are a lot greater, and he's probably nailed on now with the form that he's shown. I believe he's pretty much nailed on, right? If we compare him to someone like Foden, this could be a lot closer. And there you go. Foden actually has a much higher expected assists and a little bit more shots, but XG Martinelli is still better. And again, comes down to the rotation. Phil Foden, he could be rotated, whereas Martinelli, less likely. I mean, who else can we compare him to? Bowen is currently quite a big name going around with the nice run of fixtures he has. Quite similar, but you know, I'd favour Martinelli once again. So having a look at that, I don't think this is a bad move at all, you know. So Salah and Wilson out for Ronaldo and Martinelli. That's the current plan, and that'll be for a -4 for me, by the way. Now, the other option that I haven't thought about too much, but something that springs to mind is the obvious Salah to Son, right? Easy to do, easily fundable. Salah goes, Son comes in. Spurs have a decent run of fixtures. You know, Crystal Palace, Southampton, and then Watford. And Arsenal, again, as I said, that could be a high-scoring game. So that could also be something I could look at. And then I'll just play Wilson against United. Both ways, I'll be able to have 11 players playing. And I would also have a solid captain option. If I get Ronaldo, it's most likely going to be put on him. If I go for Son, I could go for Lacazette. Although I don't think he's that much of an explosive player. And in that case, I could go for Son or Bowen. So that's my current thinking, guys. What do you guys think about this plan? And what are you guys thinking for your own teams? So that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. If you have any questions regarding your teams or anything in general, drop it down in the comment section and I'll be replying to everyone. And if you have any thoughts about my team and my plans, also let me know. If you think they're good, if you think they're bad, let me know why. And let me know who you think is a better alternative to what I've suggested. I'll be very interested to know. And also, if you enjoyed today's video, a sub to the channel would be amazing, and a like on the video would also be very much appreciated. And with that being said guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.